What's up? Hey, hello everyone. Today we are back doing our Survivor Season 32 Brains, Brawn, Beauty, Co-Wrong Survivor podcast. It's so crazy what I am like. This episode was really legit. And so my name is Rachel.
And I'm Alyssa, and today on our show we have three special guest stars. The first is Beatrice the guinea pig. This is my guinea pig. She's beautiful, and she really likes shiny screens, so that's why she was looking at all of you. The second is Bubbles the ferret.
Here he is.
That's Bubbles. And then holding Bubbles is my friend Josh, and Josh and I dance together, so Josh also watches Survivor, so he decided that he would guest star for us because he's awesome and he loves me, and also we wanted his ferrets on our show because cuteness factor. So, ready to start talking about the episode?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, first things first, my buddy Ty, I love him to death. And he finally got that freaking idol. I swear it was like a scavenger hunt that would never end.
No,
Like,
no, yeah. Like, when they were showing that Ty was getting the idol, I was like, dang, Ty is about to screw himself over because I was just surprised he was managed to find the idol after that premiere fiasco when everyone caught him looking for the idol. Like, I was like, dang, Ty, you're about to get caught red-handed again.
I can't believe no one paid a closer attention to him, especially during that part. He literally sat at that tree for like 20 minutes. It was crazy.
Yeah, and then he... Oh my god.
3 people is a lot more complicated than 2. Okay, I thought it was interesting how he was able to make like his own tool thing so easily after he had like broken the other one. Like I thought they would have wanted to make it difficult for you to actually get the idol if you lost the tool.
No, yeah, I was like, so first he loses the tool after he tried to climb that tree and bloodied up his feet. Then he loses the dang tool. Like, this is just not working out for Ty. But then, okay, yeah, he made his own tool and then he got the idol, so that was good. And then I was wondering do you think they disassemble those big sticks? Like that he used to... I don't know, like, I think, wouldn't you want to hide or like get rid of the big stick, because if someone's like walking around and then they see the bloody tree with a big stick next to it.
I figured they'd like to untie it so they could use the twine for other stuff.
Yeah, that's what I would think. They'd have to hide the evidence, but it's all good. Ty got the idol. Not good for Alyssa and I's prophecy points because the computer team is like dominating.
Gosh darn it, twin.
That's hilarious. I think that's great. I'm cheering for that team.
Everyone is at this point, Josh. Okay, so on my favorite tribe ever, Beauty, there was a chicken. Josh, I know you had a lot to say about this chicken. Tell me about the chicken.
It was upsetting. I actually started to tear up. I'm like animals mean so much to me. And to see one just die. And that one guy who just didn't care about it, that really irked me, actually. So I was kind of angry and emotional at the same time.
Well, let's have a moment of silence for that chicken.
Okay.
Moment of silence over. Okay.
Awesome.
When Nick is not being nice to the chicken, because I feel like Caleb was really caring, and I liked that, and then Nick was all like, I don't know, being his snarky self to the camera.
I am a robot. Like,
yeah, I liked how the girls were like, he's so disgusting about that. They were really disgusted by the fact that he just didn't care. I mean, I know it's just a chicken, but,
Girls like sensitive guys.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I was like, this is going to be great if this female alliance of, like, Michelle, Anna, and Julia actually work out, and then they can, like, be dominating. Like, if they were, like, Micronesia or something, I think that would be really interesting. And I think those girls seem really close, and they've got their eye on Nick to vote him out. So...
I'm not bitter about that either.
Oh, wait till we get to the Brawn, that hot mess.
Yes.
Beauty, The most annoying thing about Beauty is the fact that Nick thinks that he's like the most attractive person there, and he's actually
Oh.
like the least attractive. Like I actually would rather date Ty over Nick.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but Ty is apparently gay, so.
Yeah, I knew that, but darn it.
Yeah, I know. People are gonna be angry that we're saying that Caleb's good because I was commenting on some like other videos and they're like, "WTF are you talking about? Like Caleb is not cool." I was like, "What?"
I'm in love with Caleb. Like I would actually marry him, but as we reviewed last week, he's getting married. Anyway, Brawn Tribe, aka
Still the hot mess #1, basically.
That's a disaster.
So like at the beginning of the episode, we see like Alicia telling Sydney every dang thing like under the sun, and I mean I can see Alicia doesn't really have anyone out there to like be her friend, but you know I don't know, you just gotta keep it to yourself because then Sydney goes back and then tells everyone about the immunity idol, and then
it's because of Sydney that Alicia lost her chance at the immunity idol, and she would have been better just putting up and shutting up.
I think Cindy's the idiot here. She could have had that idol for herself, honestly, but then she just had to go and blabbermouth to the two boys.
Like, it could be a long-term play thing for her. Like, the boys are going to see that she's really loyal. But the thing is, she's obviously on the bottom of the three of them. Like, if Alicia gets voted out and they lose again and they're still on their same tribe, Sydney's done for because the boys are not going to want to, like, split each other up.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly, it would have been better for like Sydney and Alicia to actually pair up instead of Sydney like being sort of the goat to Kyle, Jason, and Scott because yeah, they have the idol, so Jason has the idol. We'll see if he is willing to play it for Scott or whatever in the future. But literally, oh my God, I was just so sad when Alicia, I was like, yes, girl, you can get this idol and have something good. And then no, Kyle Jason gets the idol. Ugh.
I wish Jason would have just accidentally twisted his ankle running down the hill for it.
Yeah.
No,
Darn, he has to leave the game.
I read an interview with Jeff Probst, and it was like saying that someone had said that Alicia should have just gone back to the lockbox that actually held the idol and hidden that so that like they couldn't use the idol anyway because they wouldn't be able to find the lockbox that had the idol in it. But according to Jeff Probst, that's not legal. So
oh,
yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah. Jason, like, in one of his things, he was like, he's probably the best bounty hunter in Southeast Michigan.
Probably
How big?
Specifically, Southeast Michigan. Like,
Wow.
How many bounty hunters are there in Southeast Michigan? Not even Southern. Southeast.
Southeast Michigan is near-ish to Detroit, so probably a lot of bounty hunters if we're being real.
Probably the best. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is interesting is that Brawn Tribe doesn't even seem to really be aware of the fact that there is an idol to be found. Like, people were, like, sort of looking for it, but it didn't take Alicia that long to find the idol clue, and it didn't take Ty that long to find the idol clue, and the Brains are supposed to be the smartest people out there, but they cannot find an idol clue.
Have any of them even looked for one? I don't think
that
anyone's actually
people were
gone
looking
out.
during the first episode, weren't they?
Yeah, maybe they were looking because obviously they think like someone has the idol because they're trying to blame like Neil for having the idol or something. So.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Who knows? But everyone is just so rude to Alicia. I really like rooting for her because she needs to come back and kick some ass and just like work it and teach those dudes a lesson.
I agree, 100%, Rachel.
Oh, and
anyway.
yeah, she's on my team, so that'll be good. But Jason gets the idol, and just like literally the juxtaposition between Jason and Scott standing next to each other is so awkward.
But so, brought back thing is a super idol, and that's an idol that allows you to play after the votes have been read. And I think this is the way the hidden immunity idol used to function way back in the day, like in the first couple seasons it was used. I think it was in Cook Islands that it functioned like this. But what do you guys think about that?
I don't think anyone's going to find the hidden piece or whatever.
The second piece, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I feel like that's very difficult.
I thought it was like if you and your friend have like both have idols, so you have two idols, then you can like put them together and make one like OP super idol.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that that's the way it works, but until they start like merging tribes and stuff, I don't think it's really going to be possible because they only hid one idol at each beach, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it'll be interesting to see like who would be willing to give up their idol to like help someone else to play the idol after the votes are read, you know?
Someone stupid, that's who.
I think it's kind of like interesting because you see double idol plays every so often, and it's like they'll play idols on the two people they think might be going home, and then it's like it's either like they hit one and miss the other, or they miss on both. So I think it's kind of like guaranteeing that you'll get a hit if you're willing to give up two idols. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sort
of.
of. I'd just be like, give me your idol, I'll save myself, bye.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I feel like when Scott was like, oh, I think that the idol is in the right hands, he was like being really naive about like, oh yeah, Jason will totally play the idol for me.
He
like,
trusts Jason too much. That's a duo that needs to be broken up. Honestly.
Power couple.
Exactly.
Not
But,
even
like,
a, ugh.
But they're a bad power couple.
Yeah, they're not even like cool together. Like they just insult people together.
No, yeah, why does Jason still call Alicia Blondie? Like,
That's
could you
rude.
please just say her name? That is so
He's
derogatory.
low-key in love with her.
We've been together for like 10 days. Come on, guys. You can learn each other's names.
Yeah. So, immunity challenge. Does someone want to explain it?
Josh, you want to do that?
Not really.
Rachel, you can do it.
Oh my god, I don't think I can do it justice. So, I guess it was like 3 split up. You had to jump into the water, and then there was a boat there filled with these heavy rice bags. And so one person climbs into the boat and then hands off the rice bags to the other 3 people. So 4 people were in the challenge. And then you have to like climb the wall thing and then push the rice through the little hole and then go and run and then get to the crazy, stressful-looking maze with balls.
I just have to say that Rachel was texting me and my sister about this, and she says, those balls look hard. And then proceeded to say, wow, I didn't think about what I was saying before I sent that text.
Oh.
So, just say it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the challenge looked really fun. Like, I would totally do it. And then
I would do all of it except for the ball maze. That looked really stressful.
I agree.
Yeah, the beauty challenge is dominating. They are so OP. Like, literally, they were so, I feel like, underestimated going in because everyone's like, you know, beauty, they're just pretty and dumb. But they are so good. They've gotten first in the past 2 out of 3 challenges, so...
I think that's partly because they, like, don't have all the drama that's going on with the other tribes. And I think we touched on that last week about how, like, Brains and Brawn are both, like, eating themselves from the inside out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Julia dominated at this ball maze. I was like, dang, I feel like she can be such a role model for young people who want to play the game.
I'm still really surprised that they haven't really made a big deal about her age, because, like, playing Survivor at the age of 18 is, in my opinion, like, a pretty big deal. And, like, everyone was like, oh, she's too young, but she's been doing pretty well so far. Like,
yeah,
I think she'll win, but I think she'll go pretty deep.
That could be us.
I think
surprised.
You can go.
I was surprised to see the Brain struggle on the rice bag things. I feel like they should have been a little faster at that because they're the smartest. I feel like it should have been easier
I
for
feel like
them.
part of it was they weren't strong enough because those rice bags were
That's
super
true.
heavy. And, like, in
I mean,
order to be able to do it
Peter
right.
isn't all that weak. He doesn't look weak, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but, like, Neil was on the other side, and he's an ice cream scooper. Like,
you
So
need to
true.
have nice arms to scoop
Yeah,
ice cream.
yeah, it takes a lot, you know.
No, but actually
I was
he's an
surprised.
entrepreneur, so he probably doesn't scoop anything.
Yeah.
He just orders
But, like,
people around, which is so weird because he takes no leadership at all in this tribe.
yeah.
For being an entrepreneur, that's weird.
But maybe it's a... Oh, go ahead, Alyssa.
I think that one of the most, like, surprising things about this challenge was that, like, Jason was, like, shouting directions at Sydney, and no one thought that it would be a good idea to be like, hey, Debbie, here's some help. Because, like, that was part of what got Sydney to go so fast. Like, she had someone who was further back who could see the grand scheme of the maze and could, like, help her with that.
True, yeah, I would think like Peter would be so great since he's an ER doctor. He performs like under stress and like doing those like maneuverings and trying to miss the holes. I feel like he did really well when he went second. Like maybe Debbie should have just went up there, failed, and then, Peter could have went back up there.
I think they would have had to let Neil try before they let Peter go up again. Because I think
Yeah.
you're supposed to cycle through everyone. I don't
Yes.
know, but Alicia never had to try.
Yeah, they sent Sydney back through. But yeah, at the end, Sydney versus Debbie, it was a literal photo finish.
That was crazy. On the edge of my seat, whole time.
I screamed, and my dad came downstairs and he was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "It's Survivor."
Oh my god, yeah. So Beauty wins and they pick the comfort like pillows and such, and then Brawn gets the luxury items.
I was
from home.
surprised by that. Like, I thought that Beauty would have
Really?
chosen to get their, like, sentimental items or whatever.
I wouldn't, personally. Comfort over my family. It's only 30 days. I mean, come on, it's not even that big of a deal.
If you're voted out early, it's even less time. You don't need that.
Exactly. So, not that the
really
Beauty is
wish
losing
that they
anytime
had told
soon.
the story behind Kyle Jason's bright green teddy bear. I was like gearing myself up for that amazing story, and then it never came. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, I guess like comfort will serve you better on the island rather than like a note or whatever, or like the teddy bear, because that'll get ruined pretty quick.
It will.
True.
Hopefully you can buy another one, but alas. Should we go to the Brain tribe dynamics and what happened before tribal council?
Yep. So, Brain Tribe is made of 3 separate duos. You have the duo of Neil and Aubrey, and then you have the duo of Peter and Liz, and then you have the duo of Debbie and Joe. And they each are pretty much, I don't know, to bring back an old term, a part of a voting bloc. And they vote together, but they're also willing to combine with the other people to vote people out.
Yeah. It was like crazy. I felt like Liz and Peter just underestimated Joe and Aubrey and Debbie. They were like, these 3 are...
And Neil!
And Neil, but they wanted to vote him out, so...
Yeah, he wasn't really a part of anything.
So yeah, they were just like these, like at least Joe and Debbie are like the goats to take to the end because like they aren't thinking. But then, even though Debbie does say some crazy things sometime, like she is actually playing the game.
I really liked her extended metaphor. Like, she continued to use, like, spy-related espionage metaphors. I thought that was good. A+ metaphor, and Debbie, you should become an English teacher.
Among her other million jobs.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, so Liz and Peter, I just felt like, definitely Peter we saw, they felt like they were like the legit top dogs.
Oh my gosh, egos, egos, egos.
Yeah, they were just so cocky. I mean...
Debbie definitely did the right thing trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Well, Liz. What's a king without his queen?
Yeah, so Debbie tells Joe about bringing in Aubrey and Neil before Liz and Peter get to them. So like she was actually thinking. She was thinking about the numbers and stuff. And you know it's gonna be cursed when Peter and Liz are saying that going to tribal is a blessing in disguise. Like nay, not today.
Tribal is never a good thing.
Yeah, throwing a challenge or going to tribal and saying it's a good thing. You're probably going home.
Especially because the people who edit the show always manage to make that edit where people who say, like, oh, this tribal will be a good thing, get voted off. Just saying.
Once you feel too comfortable, that's when you should start to worry.
Yeah. And I feel like their discussion at tribal, like, only highlighted exactly what was wrong with all of them. Like, Peter was like, well, it's not your plan, to Neil. And it's like, can you be any more egotistical?
No, I know. I was just watching that and I was like, dang, Peter is doing just not good. Like, what the heck? He just says it's not your plan, Neil, and then goes on and says the whole plan.
He talks way too much.
Yeah, like, sometimes you gotta keep your mouth shut, and I think that a lot of the players on the Brain Tribe aren't good at that. Like, Debbie, I feel like, is not good at keeping her mouth shut.
I think she did a pretty good job at tribal keeping her
point.
mouth shut.
Like, she doesn't talk about important stuff, but she still keeps running her mouth. Josh and I were talking about this earlier, but we love Debbie as, like, a strategic player, but her personality...
Rating. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, I think she's good TV, and some of her confessionals are pretty good. Like, she seems like she's, like, thinking on the island, but when she's talking about those frontal lobes and everything, then it's a little weird.
Yeah, she gets a little too deep into it.
Yeah, but, so Neil and Aubrey's faces at Tribal were so priceless. They were just, like, rolling their eyes and were like, oh, what are you talking about, Peter?
Yeah.
I liked that they specifically orchestrated it so it would be a 2-2-2 tie. Like,
yes, Debbie definitely did the right thing with that.
They totally could have gone like 2-4 and it would have had like just as much effect because the person they wanted out would still get out. But instead they like rubbed it in Liz and Peter's faces that they were like powerless in that situation.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny that, like, that other group sort of stole Peter and Liz's idea to split the votes like that to make sure that if anyone had the idol that you'd just, like, vote out the other person. So it's like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
It was great. I'm surprised they didn't Peter home, actually, at the end of that double vote, because I really felt like that was going to happen. And then it didn't.
Yeah, I think that the main reason they kept Peter was because of his physical strength. Like, the Brains tribe isn't as weak as it was in the last Brains Beauty Brawn, but they still do need someone who's, like, physically strong like Peter.
So do you guys think that Liz's downfall is that she aligns with Peter?
I think Liz's downfall was that she thought that she ruled the game.
Exactly. It's only the Brain tribe really is what she felt like she was in
Yeah,
power.
but like it doesn't matter who she was aligned with. Like anyone who was in a smart alliance would be like, oh yeah, we totally are ruling the game because you don't want to make one of your allies like worry. Don't eat that. That's not for eating.
Yeah, so this week we said bye-bye to Stephen Fishback's ex-bae.
Ugh, Stephen Fishback. Ugh.
Oh, what?
What a horrible name.
Okay, we were about to go to fisticuffs because if you do not like Stephen Fishback, you can just get off of our show right now.
I didn't like him last season, so.
Okay. MVP of the episode.
Debbie, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm saying Debbie also. She, like, flipped that plan and made it go back on Peter and Liz, even though they thought she was, like, not even playing the game.
I am going to say Ty, because I love Ty, and he found the idol, and he was also really brave when that chicken died.
Wow. So touching.
I love Ty, okay? He's like my baby.
He may be the MVP if you have him on your fantasy team because he scored you a bunch of points.
He's on the
Not on
computer
mine.
team.
On the
Yeah.
computer team.
Still scored you a bunch of points if you had it. So I
Yeah,
guess Rachel gets all
I've
those
already
points.
scored like a bazillion points.
Yeah, so you guys watching should comment your most valuable player down below. We're going to say least valuable now. I guess I'll start and say Peter.
I can agree with that.
I am going to say Alicia because she totally screwed herself.
That's what I put down personally. I put her down for telling Sydney.
Oh,
I
true.
thought that was the biggest mistake you could have made.
Like she's bringing around her own doom.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hope not. We can hope for like that sort of underdog edit maybe. We'll see.
I'm not sure because I don't know if anyone else would want to ally with her after seeing how badly the Brawn tribe
She may
failed.
do a little better when they come to the merge. That should happen in about 2 weeks.
If she gets the merge.
Or even a tri-flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So prophecy points. We will update you guys. So right now the computer team, which is Alyssa's twin, is leading by so much. We should just quit the game now because she's
go
winning.
Rachel.
To be fair, she got a lot of points this week. So maybe one of us can make a sweeping point win next week. So this week the computer team / my twin sister's team got 11 points. 2 for Ty crying over the chicken, 2 for Jason finding an idol, 2 for Ty finding an idol, and 5 points because Ty named the episode The Circle of Life.
Yeah, she just got the best team right now. So she has 24 points total. Right now I have 18 points total. I got +3 for Liz getting voted out, and it got a hashtag blindside on TV. 1.5 points for Liz being the third, like the placement points for Liz being third one voted out, and then +1 points because last podcast I guessed that Liz would be going home this time.
And then I have 15 points total, and I got 1 point this week because I predicted that Liz would be the first boot from the Brain tribe. But otherwise, I did not get any points because I suck. So, next episode, do we want to guess or not? Because we were discussing this earlier, but we were talking about whether or not the medevac will have an effect on whether or not there's a tribal council, because depending on when the medevac occurs, it could change things.
I think you guys should guess who you think the medevac is for.
Well,
we already know.
Yeah, Rachel and I have privileged information.
Oh.
Rachel spoiled it for me. Thanks a lot, Rachel.
It'll be a sad week next week. I really wanted to see more of this player, in the show. Maybe this person will be invited back.
I really hope that person is.
I hope it's a plot twist and you guys are completely wrong.
That would be great, but normally when Rachel finds spoilers, they're correct.
Yeah, that's when people are commenting spoilers, and then I happen to read them. Like, I accidentally saw that Jen got voted out last time before watching the episode.
Well, that wasn't necessarily a spoiler because the episode had already aired.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that the medevac might prevent people from going to tribal council because it looked like it happened at the scene of the challenge.
Yeah. Ty's face, though, during it, because you could see his face, he looked so sad, so I think that also really gives you a good idea of who.
Oh no, he's gonna get more crying points.
Again? I hope that some people from the other teams can squeeze out a couple tears so I get points for crying. I have 3 people on the beauty tribe. If all 3 of them could cry, that would be great. So,
if you have the girls, then sure.
I have 2 girls.
Then you
I can get some serious points. Part of the reason I'm so far behind on these prophecy points is because my team didn't get anything. So
all your points are from crying on every team. It's so funny. They cry so much.
It's very emotionally stressful.
Apparently.
But anyways, I don't think that we're going to guess for next week unless you guys really, really want to.
I guess not.
Well, let's hope that no one goes to tribal council. Otherwise, we'll all have missed an opportunity to get 1 point for our fantasy teams. We're really
Oh,
looking
wow,
forward
all
to
1
seeing
point.
you guys again next week. We love you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment and like and subscribe. And thanks to Josh for special guest starring.
Look at my guinea
And
pig.
Bubbles.
And
Same to Bubbles.
Thank you also to Bubbles the ferret. We love him very much. Even
He's
more
getting
than we love
antsy because of this now.
We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Adios.
Goodbye.